It was one of those evenings I'll never forget. She had been distant for weeks, small excuses, late nights, working, an inexplicable smile whenever her phone buzzed. I tried to convince myself it was nothing, that I was overthinking, that trust was stronger than suspicion. But deep down, I already knew. That night, she came into the living room, her suitcase half-packed, clothes spilling onto the bed. She avoided my eyes, fiddling nervously with the straps of her bag. I could feel it before she spoke. The tension, the fear, and that smug certainty that only someone trying to assert control has. Finally, she looked at me. Her lips curled into a smirk, and she said, almost proudly, "He's the man I really love. I'm done pretending. I'm leaving." I stared at her, expression calm, almost neutral. My mind raced, but my voice didn't shake. I didn't need to say anything yet. There's a moment before confrontation when clarity hits. The moment when all the little betrayals of months, maybe years, line up like dominoes. That was it. She waited for a reaction, expecting anger, heartbreak, yelling, maybe pleading. I gave her none of it. I simply gestured toward the TV where the news channel had been playing quietly in the background. On the screen was a live broadcast, a special report. My eyes met hers and held, her brow furrowed, confusion spreading across her face. "What, what are you pointing at?" she asked, voice trembling just slightly now. I didn't speak immediately. I let the words she had just said echo in the silence between us. Then, calmly, I said, "That's him, the man you claim to love." Her eyes widened, and suddenly her voice caught. "What? No, you can't, no, you." I pressed my hand to the screen, pointing at the live coverage of a lavish gala downtown. He was there, her supposed business associate, her confidant, the one she had been meeting secretly for months. The camera caught him smiling, hand casually around her waist, as she laughed like I was invisible. Her smirk vanished. Panic replaced it. She backed up slightly, clutching her suitcase, words failing her. All the rehearsed excuses, all the lies she had told herself and me, all the stories about just friends crumbled in an instant. I stood up, walked toward her slowly, still calm, still composed. "I think we both know the truth now. You didn't just fall out of love. You were planning this, sneaking around, hiding everything while pretending to care about us, about this home, about me." She tried to speak, tried to explain, tried to manipulate the narrative, but I didn't let her. Every lie she ever told, every small betrayal she had dismissed, every subtle cut she had left me with over the years, all of it was clear now. I didn't yell. I didn't throw things. I didn't beg her to stay. I simply stepped aside, pointed again at the TV, and said, "There. That's the man you love. That's your future, and I'm not a part of it." She froze, realizing she had underestimated me, realizing that the calm, quiet man she had dismissed was capable of seeing through her facade, realizing that her confession, meant to assert dominance, had just shown me the final truth, and I didn't need to hear another word. I walked toward the door, taking my keys from the counter. Her suitcase trailed behind her as she followed, perhaps hoping I would cave, hoping I would beg, hoping she could charm her way back into my life even now. But I didn't. "Don't try to call me," I said, voice steady. "Don't try to explain. There's nothing left here for you, nothing left to salvage. You made your choice." Her eyes welled up with tears, but the defiance remained. She expected anger, heartbreak, maybe even a confrontation, but all I gave her was clarity, silence, action, the power of choosing myself over someone who had consistently chosen betrayal. That night, I left. I left the house, the memories, the dreams, and the illusion of love she had tried to maintain. And I didn't look back. The TV continued to broadcast, but I no longer needed to watch. The evidence, the betrayal, and her choice were all I needed to see. In the weeks that followed, I moved my life forward. I focused on work, on friends, on rebuilding the confidence she had tried to erode. I didn't reach out. I didn't seek revenge. I didn't need to. Her actions, her choices, and her betrayal had already spoken louder than anything I could say. Every time I think about that night, I remember the way her laughter died when she realized I wasn't going to play the victim. The way her smirk faded, replaced by fear and disbelief, as she understood that I was no longer at her mercy. And I smile, not with bitterness, but with the quiet satisfaction of reclaiming my dignity and my life. Betrayal can be loud, dramatic, and messy, but sometimes the strongest response is calm, composed, and decisive. That night, I didn't yell, I didn't cry. I simply pointed to the truth and walked away. And in that walk, I found freedom, clarity, and peace.